Here are three examples of using Vialogues in three different classes. The first example is how I plan to use Vialogues in my upcoming linear algebra class, and the other two examples came from exploring existing Vialogues using the explore function in Vialogues. In more advanced college math classes, learning to prove theorems is far more important than learning to do computations. Linear algebra is usually the first transition class from computation to proof. Some students have no trouble with this decreased emphasis on computation, but others have a hard time with their decreased emphasis on computation and need more support outside of class. So to address that, I've moved computational info offline using Khan Academy videos so that one, students can move at their own paces, and two, we can use class time for making the transition to theory. This is the first video they'll watch. It gives a new way of looking at something they should know from high school, which is solving systems of linear equations. The assignment is to leave either questions about what they're seeing, if they have them, or to annotate the video for easier reference later on, like putting a comment, "Reduced row echelon form definition starts here." I've also asked them to answer some questions that I've posted throughout. Each student must answer at least one question, but I'm hoping the questions themselves will keep the student's brain engaged as they watch along. This first question is a review question about systems of linear equations that asks them about some vocabulary and about just understanding these systems. The next question asks students to think about a slight modification to the example being given in the video that they should easily be able to do if they understand what's going on. And then the third question is an understanding check-in. This doesn't really count as one of the questions that they have to answer, but I think it's important for them to have the opportunity to tell me how they're feeling about the material, and of course that's great information for me to have when planning the class that happens after this video. The final comment is an example of the annotation that I'm asking them to do while watching the videos. Here's a second example, which is a Vialogue posted by a student for some other class. It starts with a nice poll about prior knowledge about the Israeli conflict, and then the student has also posted questions throughout. So here are some of the questions and the responses on what is a very sticky topic. The students don't engage in a very deep discussion. They're more just parroting what it sounds like they've heard elsewhere. But it's still a discussion, and frankly, I have no idea what level these students are. They might be way ahead of their actual grade levels. At any rate, it's a really nice idea for how to get your students even more actively involved in this Vialogues tool. Finally, here's a video posted by an instructor as what seems like a supplement to a previous class discussion. The instructions are much more open-ended, but they still give a really good context, and the students who post generate some great discussions. Some of them post links to other books, some of them post links to other websites that are related, but most of all, they just make great connections to what seems like were the concepts being presented in class. The instructor pops up from time to time to give useful comments, and the students even give tips to other students. For example, this graphic of Beethoven actually spells out the name of Beethoven in a very hidden way. That's it. I hope these examples give you some ideas. I'm sure that you'll develop your own fabulous ideas on your own, and I really hope that you'll find me and share them with me when you do. Thanks a lot.